Electronic Funds Transfer Overview. The following information provides an overview of how to set up and process an electronic funds transfer (EFT) transaction correctly, especially in situations where you aim to use a closed personal bank account. Before proceeding, it is crucial to note that this transaction must be conducted solely on a closed personal bank account. Any use of public bank check transactions for this purpose is illegal. It must be clearly indicated that the transaction is an EFT and not an ACH check. What is a closed account and what is it for? In order to understand how this process works, it is essential to first define what constitutes a closed account. According to Black's Law Dictionary, 6th edition, a closed account is defined as an account to which no further additions can be made on either side, but which remains open for adjustment and set off, which distinguishes it from an account stated. When setting up an EFT transaction, you must first open a bank account and then close it. Importantly, when a bank account is closed, it does not automatically imply that the account is fully closed from a legal standpoint. It simply means that no further transactions can be made. The term side refers to the distinction between public and private transactions within the bank's accounting system, which is vital to understand when you are making such a transfer. If you are unfamiliar with public versus private banking transactions, it is advisable to refrain from proceeding. Furthermore, the bank you use for processing this transaction must be a large commercial bank, not a local credit union. This is crucial because certain banks, especially smaller ones, may not have the necessary infrastructure to process such transactions properly. Important guidelines. Critical: do not open the bank account where the loan or debt is located. Instead, use a different bank for the EFT transaction. Additionally, avoid using your current primary banking institution, as doing so may lead them to close your active accounts. The bank account must be a personal checking account only. Business accounts cannot be used for this purpose. Also, it is essential to use check fraud-proof ink when completing the transaction, as failure to do so may result in accusations of fraud. It is crucial to understand the distinction between an EFT transaction and an ACH transaction. If the bank processes the transaction as an ACH, a check or public transaction, the transaction will automatically be reversed. EFT transactions, on the other hand, must be processed as set-offs. The key point here is to ensure the bank processes the transaction correctly, as any deviation could lead to complications. Types of debts you can pay with EFT. You can use EFT transactions to discharge certain types of debts, including taxes, student loans, credit cards, car loans, child support, and other public debts. However, it is not advisable to attempt to use this method for open accounts such as utility bills, e.g., cell phones, electricity, as these are typically handled differently. A significant factor in the success of the EFT process lies in your follow-up efforts. In many cases, the EFT will go through successfully at first. However, if you receive a response or no response at all, persistence is key. You must follow up with the correct response letter and maintain your position in the process. It is essential to stand firm in your lawful process and remain confident in your actions. Dealing with refusals. In the event of an EFT refusal, remember that under the Uniform Commercial Code, UCC, when an instrument is refused, it is automatically considered accepted by the party refusing it. This means that if the party refuses the EFT, they have accepted it, and the debt is considered settled. To clarify any confusion, you may need to send a follow-up letter to solidify that your transaction has been processed successfully. Keep in mind that property titles or official documentation related to the transaction may take several weeks to finalize. During this period, it is important to refrain from engaging in phone or in-person discussions with creditors. Instead, handle all communication in writing. If you are contacted by bill collectors via phone, inform them that you do not contract over the phone, and then end the conversation. Key takeaways. The EFT process, when correctly executed, can be a powerful tool to settle various types of debts. The key to success lies in understanding the technicalities of closed accounts, the nature of EFT transactions versus ACH transactions, and the importance of persistence when following up with creditors. By adhering to the necessary steps and maintaining proper communication, you can effectively use EFT transactions to manage and discharge your debts. This information is for educational purposes only. This is not legal or financial advice. We offer this information as it is presented to us, we neither endorse nor discredit it. Make your own decision regarding the content. For additional resources or questions, subscribe to this YouTube channel.